set up and ready to go. Got the laptop ready. Crow pose ready. Which I've now found on the interwebs. Yeah, come on. Which I know from experience, but I'm trying to do it. Crow pose, aka Bakasana, okay. That's what she's saying, alright. I've watched bits of videos of this in the past. I just haven't actually gone through it like how I am now, trying to take action on it.
Two arches of the feet together and widen the knee. Great, so I'm going to imagine myself
Working my core.
know what the pose is supposed to look like. So I'm going to flip it here and use the support of the earth. So I'm going to lift my tailbone up towards the sky, and as I do that, my navel, my lower belly becomes instantly engaged.
Yeah.
So for lack of better words, my core, my center is engaging. So scoop the tailbone, draw the navel down.
Even this is quite the workout, actually.
Find that sensation, or begin to find that sensation. Know that, you know, this is a practice, this is a journey, so you can kind of approach it with that
Lower abs.
state of mind, that frame of mind, and it kind of takes the edge off the pressure. Okay, so navel's drawing down, tailbone scooping up, knees are wide. I'm going to press my palms towards the ceiling as if I were pressing into the earth. I'm going to keep maintain space between my ears and shoulders, and then I'm going to draw it in and all together. And what I mean by that is I'm going to draw my knees up closer towards my elbows and the base of my hands closer towards my toes. Now wherever they meet, which will be different for everyone here, I'm going to squeeze. So wherever they meet, whether it's all the way up here or right at the elbows, I'm just going to practice a little give and take between the arms and the legs. Hard work here, so I'm squeezing the legs in towards the arms, and I'm pressing the arms out towards the legs. So a little bit of friction here. My core is engaged, tailbone slightly.
Yeah, core is very engaged.
Last part here, I'm going to point the toes. Breathe. Neck is nice and long.
Oh, I didn't see that. It's in between. Oh, I've been putting my arms directly on my knees like that instead of in between them. Yeah, they're very clearly. She has her arms on the insides of her knees like that instead of on directly dead on the kneecap. How's I doing it? Like this. Yeah. My triceps were on the knee, or on my kneecaps, because that's what I thought I saw from that angle while I was looking at the video. But no, it's like this instead of like this, with my triceps on my knees. But I can tell you what, even still, my lower abs were very much engaged whilst doing that. And I think because of this, even though we're 2 minutes and 45 seconds in, that's why I've paused so far, my core is certainly going to strengthen up by doing these things. Learning this crow pose, plus going through all of the other videos within the Foundations of Yoga series, and also learning how to do some advanced yoga stuff on YouTube and going to yoga classes and that. I think for now this is an absolutely amazing start in learning new things and strengthening my core. But I think it's going to be like the next level when I can not only watch these videos, but I'm also going to yoga classes where I'm not only doing the workouts at home, but I'm also going gym and going to calisthenics parks once I find out where I can go to do that.
Work here, so I'm squeezing the legs in towards the arms.
Oh, let's start again.
My elbows.
I was speaking. Yeah, yoga classes. I like to not only do this here at home, in the room, outside, but I'd also outside in the garden. But I would also like to do yoga classes, not only because I'd be learning new moves, but because I'd be able to meet some women there. What are the odds I can't? Like, at a yoga class, come on. Yeah. Not only for dating, not only for in a date meeting women in a dating sense, but also in a friend sense, making friendships with both males and females. But I don't predict that there would be many females there. I am making stereotypes in my head. Literally because of one movie in particular I watched, for example, that showed many women in a yoga class. It was an Usher movie, and then it seems like I've painted, I've used that as a stereotype that in my head that it's just basically going to be completely women in a yoga class, when that's just absolutely not necessarily the case. But yeah, I certainly think that I absolutely could meet girls there, not only for friendships, not only for dating in a dating sense, but in a friendship sense too. That would be more important than anything, a friendship sense. Reason being that then means there's no, not even slightly that part of when, no, there's no even slight amount of motives of wanting to get laid. Actually just completely, very much completely just wanting to get to know her for who she is as a person, which I would do in a dating sense, yes. If I was thinking of seeing someone who I think, oh yeah, I may be able to, I would still undermine physical beauty and sexual characteristics from a physical standpoint, but I wouldn't, but that would be in the background. Whereas if I'm meeting girls and it's only I only see them as friends, then that's gonna be, like, that's not even gonna be there at all. Which I actually much prefer. Why? I'd say I'd much prefer that, because then that means there's no hidden motives in the background. For example, would I want someone in the very back of the mind, without being honest with me and without letting me know that that they're interested in having sex with me, without letting me know, and they're acting as if they just want to be friends with me, when in reality they want to sleep with me? Would I like that? How would I like it? No, I wouldn't, because that shows dishonesty. They're not being honest with me. Wow. Isn't that so obvious that that's how girls think when that's how girls could think when it's the other way around, when the guy is acting like he wants to be the girl's friend, when in reality he wants her to be his girlfriend so that he can sleep with her. That's just being very dishonest. I think from now on, if I were to go for a yoga thing, it would not only be to learn new moves and to do this with other people along the journey, but it'd also be to meet girls and women, meet women in a friendship sense. Because if I were to go in a dating sense, which would imply I'd want to have sex with them as a part of the dating thing, then that would mean I have ulterior motives and wanted to sleep with these ladies, when I'd act as if I'd want to be their friends, when in reality, in the back of my mind, I want want to sleep with them. Do I want that? No. Why? Because I wouldn't want a girl to be dishonest with me, acting like we're friends when in reality she wants to sleep with me. That's just being dishonest, and you're not showing your true intentions. So I'm not gonna go and disrespect girls by doing the same thing. I think from now on, when it comes to actually meeting girls, that's the motives that I'm gonna go with. See if I actually can tolerate this girl, first of all, and see if I actually want to be friends with this girl. And when I say be friends, I mean actually have a friendship with this person. A healthy, friendly, respectful, and at least civil friendship. I say at least, no, it has to be, a part of it has to be civil. Civility means that there's grounds, there's a healthy foundation for friendliness. So civil is a part of that. If there's no civility, friendship can't happen. Because then if the girl's not being civil, if I'm not being civil, or if neither of us are being civil to each other, then what does that mean? Hostility. Do I want to be friends with someone who I act hostile to, or who acts hostile to me, or furthermore, both? No. So I'd much rather, from a dating sense, I don't even want to think about that anymore, going to meet girls to just date them. Because I'm just now starting to think, after just thinking here, just being here, it's like, no, that's just really dishonest. Like, really dishonest. Because in the back of your head, you're having motives to sleep with this girl. When you're acting as the girl's friend, but you'd be in the back of your head, even during the friendship stage, she could have wanted to sleep with her, when that's just being straight up. As far as I'm concerned, that's just being dishonest. Straight up. That was... Where did that even come from? Me going to yoga class to meet women in the dating sense. That's where all of that came from. So actually it does make sense, seeing as there's that video there. Oh, by the way, yeah, looking is kind of like this. To me, what I see is more like this when I'm doing the position she's doing. I don't even know what you call that. And no, guys, that's not sexual. It's not. It's just not. That just really engages your core. Lower abs. It makes sense though, seeing as you're tucking in. This genuinely may be a really solid ab workout. It genuinely might be. But yeah, anyway, I actually really like that mental pathway change I've just had of my reasons as to why I'd want to get to know women. I don't even want to think about the dating sense anymore, especially not during the friendship during the friendship stage, because I think that's dishonest, as I've been saying over and over again. Anyway, let's carry on. I remember being on the 225 mark, 245 mark or something, but I've started to when it's just her core engaged and she's got her hands on the floor. I've gone back to here. Reason being, I can practice when she's telling us to do this. Move out of the way, Lily. When she's telling us to do this, instead of me doing this, I'll practice doing this instead when she tells us to do that, instead of doing this, which I thought I was meant to be doing, through following the tutorial incorrectly, because that's what I thought I was seeing. But that's okay, we all learn. In order for me to see it normally, I'm gonna put there you go, yeah, I'll put the screen very slightly down so I can see it completely normally. Like, by normally, I mean like that, instead of like that. Having the screen like that obviously makes it much easier to see compared to that. So I'm going to put the screen very slightly down so I can actually see it as I'm on my back doing all of these moves she's asking us to do in order to learn how to do the crow pose. What are the odds I can get this done in one day? When I've been attempting to do it by myself for months, what are the odds? With some guidance, with someone that knows how to do it, what are the odds I can do this in one day? I'm not gonna put that pressure on myself to do it though, to actually like really attempt to do it only in one day. I'm not gonna put that pressure on myself. This is a life journey, something I'm doing for life, not just something I'm doing for like 1 day or 30 days like how those shit YouTubers do. Fucking, that is just such a rubbish aspect. I can think of Matt Devella or Diavella doing one of these, maybe not an exercise challenge, but doing the 30-day challenge. That's what's come to mind. And it's like, oh, once I've done that, I quit sugar for 30 days, yeah. Well, once I've done that, then, no, what am I trying to say? Those 30-day challenges, to me, I dislike them a lot. What's the point of doing something so extreme for 30 days and then just to go back to your old, potentially unhealthy ways? It just doesn't make sense. Quitting sugar for 30 days, for example, that's, if I don't care enough to go watch his video again. I'm not wasting my time on that shit. But if I were to go and do that, quit sugar for 30 days, and then just go right back to an unhealthy way of eating because I've gone and done something so extreme, stupid to me. But then again, if you do that, then like you can get views from that. Or just solve your problems like that. Just instantly, if you eat healthily one meal, then you're gonna be 6-pack shredded instead of have a morbidly obese physique. Instead of that, you'll be 5% body fat with 200 pounds of muscle or whatever, with 80 kilograms of muscle, no fat, 0% fat that would allow you to live, 0%. You're basically just bone and skeletal tissue. Yeah, if you have one healthy meal, that's what it seems like. That's what it's like to me. That's why I'm against those fucking shit, that fucking shit 30-day concept. Oh, I'm gonna do it for 30 days and then I'm gonna stop. I've said something similar to this in the past. I said, I remember saying, I wonder how much I can get done in 30 days with the forward roll, but I didn't say, oh, I'll do the forward roll for 30 days in a row and then that's it. No, we're not like that over here. This is a lifestyle change, not something that you just do for 30 days and go right back to your old unhealthy ways to then go and live a shit life. No. Anyway, let's get back to it. I really like that new dating view that I have. Just friendship, man.
This is a practice, this is a journey, so you kind of approach it with that state of mind.
And I'm not talking about the one of Primetime Hitler's lyrics when he said, "Oh, that's just my friend. That's just my friend. Preach his head down." Oh.
As if I were pressing into the earth. I'm going to keep maintain space between my ears and shoulders, and then I'm going to draw it in and all together. And what I mean by that is I'm going to...
I need to be able to see the computer at the same time, at the same time as I'm doing these moves. So I need to shift my mat. It's not actually my mat, it's my sister's mat that I had a conversation with yesterday. It's my sister's mat I'm using because it has so much padding. Shout out to ProWorks. I'm not even sponsored yet. You could have it if I wanted to. There's no such thing as I can't, remember. I want to be able to do the move and look at the thing at the same time. But I don't know how. How would I do that? I might be able to put it on the chair. Oh wait, hold on. high enough, but
Draw my knees up closer towards my elbows and the base of my hands closer towards my toes. Now wherever they meet, which will be different for everyone here, I'm going to squeeze. So wherever they meet, whether it's all the way up here or right at the elbows, I'm just going to practice a little give and take between the arms and the legs.
I can see it clearly, so this is gonna have to do
Hard
for now.
work here. So I'm squeezing the legs in towards the arms and I'm pressing the arms out towards the legs. So a little bit of friction here. My core is engaged. Feel almost scooping up. Last part here, I'm going to point the toes. Breathe. Neck is nice and long. And then I'll gently release. Rotate the wrist one way and the other. And then cross the ankles. Grab the outer edges of the feet. Do a little full body smile here. Rock a little side to side. And then we're going to rock it up. Flip our burgers. And practice crow. Okay, so if
Right.
you have a yoga block, grab it now. And if you don't have a yoga block, you might consider using a book, which we say all the time, and you don't have to use the book today. With you is just as great.
One of my sister's
So
books.
this is a
She
nice way to get into your
it's
posture.
massive.
It's not necessary. If you don't have a book,
I did actually have large books.
build the pose right now.
Yeah.
Use it as a little bit of a curtsy.
He's not using it, fuck it.
For the book, and I'm using my fingertips to stabilize. Then I'm going to recreate the shape I did on my
Actually, but can I, oh. It's a hardcover. I don't think I have any hardcovers. The computer's just turned off. That would be rather disrespectful if I put my feet on one of my sister's books. Like, come on. I mean, I'm here in this larger room, and she's sleeping in this larger room, but then I'm gonna go and put my feet, or I'm gonna go and put my feet on her books. Nah, I'll actually go and find. I'll go and find and see if I have a hardcover rather than using, then put my feet on my sister's books. That's rather disrespectful, I'd say. Alright, give me a couple of minutes. Would you look at that? I genuinely think I found something better. This is, I think a cap collection my half brother gave to my dad, which my dad gave to me. I wonder if it has any caps in it. Yeah, look at these new era caps. Like the old style caps. Like mid-2000s style. Priceless. I'm not selling this. Oh, this is a cap that I bought though. And I got this on the October the 30th, 2017. I also got one with storm eyes on. For those that know, they know. Oh, fuck. This is priceless. And that's what this is. I mean, its physical possession is just, it's nothing special. Like this, like back in the day, like during 2017 times, I actually really regretted taking the sticker off. Would it have had more worth if I didn't take the sticker off? Financially, yes. And it'd probably look cooler, but it'd add more to the history of things and how New Era caps used to look in 2004, so, but, big deal. I mean, I'm keeping it here, nice and safe. and I'm gonna put my feet on the hard casing. Yeah, this is actually better than this hardcover. This is much more heavy duty than this hardcover, I can't lie. So what are the odds I actually found something better than one of my sister's hardcover books that I have in my possession. To use for this crow pose. Alright, let's carry on and let's get back to it. Back in the day, I think I really had an interest in new era caps because 2 out of the 3, excluding the blue one, was my dad's. My half brother could have given the black and pink one to my dad, and then my dad kept it and then he's given it to me. I think that's how it happened. I think that's how I was told it happened. That may not be factual though. And I think from there, seeing as I saw my dad have so many caps that were high quality and lasted literally decades, I thought, you know what, I might as well. To think 2004, that's 18 years ago. Like that person can drive. That person who's born in 2004 can legally drive. And for me, I'd see that person as a child, especially during school days. Like if I was in year 7, that person would be in year 4, so I'd be in middle school, and that person would be just about on their way to middle school. But now that person can legally drive. If I were in year 7, I'd be 1 year away from being on my last year to go into high school. And that person would be just about on their way to starting middle school, but now that person can legally drive. Just shows we're only getting older, 20 going on 21. But with that being said, I'm making it something amazing for myself, which I probably wouldn't have otherwise done if I was still in school now. Job status is unemployed, but sooner or later, because of what my efforts, I'm going to be self-employed. I'm on my way to being self-employed, which again, I wouldn't be able to do if I were in school. Very literally could I do it? Yes, but the odds of me being able to focus on school and becoming self-employed at the same time through these sorts of videos would be much less likely than if compared to me being in this position where my job status is unemployed and making this a future for myself. Oh no, it's on 20%. I just got the warning. Yeah, you're gonna see this, the way how I'm gonna be making so much money, man. However much I want. I've set my eyes on nine figures. I think when it gets to the billion mark, I can want to be a billionaire if I want to in the future. I don't mind, but I've set myself on the hundreds of millions, and there's no such thing as I can't. Especially even from this state, could I be worth 9 figures in 10 years? Maybe. Forget how it's acquired. Could I? Yes. Could my net worth be hundreds of millions? Yes. Forget how it's acquired. Could it be? Yes. Would I want it to be? I'd say no. 15. To be worth hundreds of millions, and to have hundreds of millions in the bank. No, I'd say 15 years at a minimum. I don't think I would have had enough time I may not have had enough time to actually grow as a person to be able to take on something, to be able to take on money that much at the age of 30, to have hundreds of millions at age 30. But that obviously can change as I grow as a person. I may think differently in 5 years' time, or even in 1 year, or even in 1, 2, 5, and actually at that 30-year mark, or maybe 7 years later from now, I would have had thousands of videos. By 27, I would have thousands of videos out. The way I would have changed by 27, I have no idea. I've got no idea how much I would have changed by 27 years old. I absolutely would have reflected a lot by that time, so who knows? Only in the future we'll be able to tell how far I would have come. But I can say, even right now, because of how I'm going about things, I don't know how proud I'd feel of my 27-year-old self, but I absolutely would. I absolutely would feel proud, because I am going on this, I'm making the art of transforming my life a daily habit through these videos, and also outside of my life, because these daily videos not only allow me to do this exercise thing and learn from this exercise thing, but I have an outlet to be able to release thoughts on my mind and what I want to work through just aims I want to work through, and also like aims I have, fears that I would have had that I made. These videos allow me to work through them, and anything aims like doing the crow post, for example. This is an outlet to be able to release me working through it and having have videos in which I'm obviously progressing. The internet could be an amazing place, but it could be a horrid place as well, depending on how it's used. I haven't done much for the crow pose itself, but my battery's low, so when I have to get a different position, maybe. Well, actually, no, I've got an idea. I'm gonna use, instead of my own cable I got a while ago during uni time, I'm in fact going to remove this one because it's much shorter and get my less safe sister's plug socket, which is much longer, which means I can not only charge the phone, but I can also keep the phone in the same place it's at, on my sister's tray, pencil case tray. It's just something solid, and she's not going to be able to use it over wherever she is. So I've decided, you know what, I'm gonna use this to be able to do these videos instead of using her shark toy. Oh, hold up a sec. Here. Found it. Oh, come on. Yeah, I was saying, the way how I'm gonna be at 27 years old, oh. Hoyo. Hoyo. Then just so that the lead, you can't see the lead. I don't mind this cable showing, but I'd rather you be able to see me actually do the pose without this lead that the phone's now being charged with in some of the frame, so that it doesn't take away from me actually doing this crow pose. Fuck me, it's hot. It's very hot. It seems like my parents have put it on the heater. That could be a part of why they can feel unhappy from time to time from feeling literally hot and bothered. even without realizing it, it could.
Bring the inner arches of the feet together. Widen the knees.
Oh, they're very much together. Okay. I thought this would have needed to be wider, but no. She's putting her feet right next to each other. Alright, let's go.
Block or the book, and I'm using my fingertips to stabilize here. Then I'm going to recreate the shape I did on my back. Bring the inner arches of the feet together. Widen the knees, breathe. And then I'm going to plant my palms. Really spread the shape I did on my back.
Oh, I mean, this box isn't meant to take potentially less than 80 kilograms worth of force on the top of it, but it seems like it's holding really well.
Bring the inner arches of the feet together. Widen the knees, breathe. And then I'm going to plant my palms. Spreading the fingertips, finding that integrity here as I draw the shoulders away from the ears and draw the navel up towards the spine. Okay, so there's going to be a couple different stages to this posture, and we're going to approach them all with just a fun-loving attitude and no toxic thoughts, okay? Again, remember, we don't come to the mat to do yoga, but to practice, to have an experience. So I'm going to draw my navel up towards my spine, and I'm going to walk a little bit forward on my perch, and then keeping the neck nice and long, I'm just going to see where the knees meet, okay? So I'm not lifting the toes up or anything, I'm just seeing where they meet.
Yep.
Finding integrity here, soft bend in the elbows. Most important thing is I'm going to keep this extension in the neck and send my gaze forward. Take a deep breath in here, and exhale, come back onto your perch, relax, intent the palms here, come on, fingertips. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, here we go, planting the palms, so shoulder width apart here, lots of space between each finger. The integrity here in the palms is so important because I'm not collapsing into my bones, but like we've been doing in a lot of the foundations of yoga that are on the ground anyway, we're finding that upward current of energy, that hasta bandha, as we call it. Here we go again. Drawing
That sounded like rubbish.
Spine, keeping the neck nice and long.
That has
This
to.
time, maybe I find that my knees can come a little bit higher up on the arms, maybe up towards the armpit chest area.
That's
Keep the
hard.
knees nice and long, guys. I can't stress how important it is to keep your gaze forward, because otherwise you might do a little somersault forward. And if that happens, don't worry, shake it off. Now this time
What did she say?
Guys, I can't stress how important it is to keep your gaze forward, because otherwise you might do a little somersault forward. And if that happens, don't worry, shake it off. Now this time we breathe, and we might lift one toe up. Forward, because otherwise you might do a little somersault forward. And if that happens, don't worry, shake it off. Now this time we breathe, and we might lift one toe up.
Oh.
Exhale, release. And the other toe, just experiment. Exhale, release. Take a rest. And,
I'm not even out of breath, but it's like, geez, this is hard.
building strength in that upward current. And let's try again. Breathing. Finding that integrity. Draw the navel up, walking, crawling the knees up towards the armpit chest, keeping that nice, hollow upper back. Navel draws up as I look forward, and this time maybe we lift both toes up.
Oh. See, her knees end up right on the top of her triceps, just below her shoulders, actually borderline on it. this is how it works for her. This is how the pose works for her. Look at that. No, but that's not gonna help, hold on. See what I mean? Look. Her knees are right on the top of the triceps, just below the shoulder, or borderline on it. Borderline on the rear of her shoulders. Obviously you can't see the right side as her left side is showing only from the camera angle. But it seems like that's what works for her. Do I have to do exactly the same like how she's doing? No, I'd imagine that we could be different heights. I'm 6'1", I don't know how tall she is. And that could play a part in where our feet end up. No, sorry, where my knees end up in terms of where they touch the triceps. But yeah, before, when I try and do the crow pose, I'd do it like this. I'd have my knees on the inside. I'd have them just on the lower part of the triceps, and then I'd try and lean forward, send my gaze forward, and then this is what you see me do in the gym. Oh, whoa. I understand why I've been failing to do it my way this entire time, because my elbows haven't been completely extended up. And when she does it, again, let's look. Again, I pointed out to you that she has her knees on the top of her triceps, borderline on the shoulder. But I was just saying, if I were to do it my way, maybe I'd need to have my elbows completely extended. However, with her way, she does it. She has her elbows bent. Does my way work? It hasn't been a lot, but does it mean I can't adapt it? I can't change it here and there so that it does? No, it doesn't mean that at all. I absolutely can. Again, there's no such thing as I can't. I think if I were to try and do it the way that I've been practicing this entire time, I'd have to keep my elbows completely bent out because my knees are relying on that support. Yeah, they're relying on that support, and I'd have to keep my gaze forward, lean forward a bit more. And really making the effort to look forward. I think it's way too much. From the way how I'm progressing in this session, it's way too much to expect myself to learn how to do it in one day. That's a lot to expect of myself, and I'm not going to set that aim. I think that's unfair. Oh. Ow. Oh. Right, then that's wait, hold on. I do not want this sticker residue to be on the thumbnail, so I'm going to turn that around, make you see that instead. There you go. This cat box is extremely heavy duty. No, the camera's too low down. That's just not going to work. I want to get a thumbnail in which my entire body's in the frame, so I'm gonna have to lift that up a bit more. But you can clearly see that I'm on a higher platform than just simply on the mat. Oh, I think it's very slightly too low down. Hold on. Now it's just too high up. Oh. Yes, I am gonna keep this all in. It's a part of the journey. Then I look away, make the thumbnail look like I'm actually really making an effort. I am, but in the thumbnail I'm not going to. Oh, hold on. That's gonna be the thumbnail for this video. And I'll explain why I just said that. That actually was genuine. That wasn't a part of the thumbnail and be like, oh, surprise, I just pulled up the post on you. I intended it to be something like this, but I've actually I was like, oh, because I just put my knees higher up on my triceps in that very similar position in which I've shown you before, earlier on a few minutes ago in the video. So that's what the thumbnail is going to be. I'm going to end this clip so I can actually make the thumbnail for today's video. And then on to the next clip of me doing the crow pose again we go. Or progressing through the crow pose anyway. And we go again. Oh no. Alright. I'm almost ready. I just need to go to the toilet for a second. Alright, I'm gonna leave the phone exactly where it is and then I'll get back to it. Oh, well, I thought I was gonna go straight into the crow pose, but no, I need to go, so that comes first for now. And then I'll genuinely actually get back to the crow pose. Oh, yeah. Right, so we've got to practice. I think the one will be fine. Just have one window really open for now. Oh. I was just thinking, oh, I need to go get some water, but you know what? I'm gonna wait for a few minutes. Because I just had a lot of water to drink just then. Need to let it sit. Absolutely do not want to throw up over the crow pose. If there's any piece of advice I'd probably give at this point in time when it comes to learning the crow pose, it would be, pardon me, it would be to, I'd say to stretch your wrists or to do some wrist exercises both before and after your sessions, even if it's for like 2 minutes, two minutes before, 2 minutes after, and even during if you need to, so that you don't experience wrist pain when you go over it again and again and again, just like how I experienced lower back pain doing the forward roll again and again and again. It took a few days for that to happen. All the way from day 100 to yesterday I was doing a forward roll, which was a day 105. So it took 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days for me to experience that lower back pain I experienced. So I'd say, yeah, do some back stretches. Because I'm doing the crow pose, what are the odds that I slightly lose my ability to do the forward roll, seeing as it's so fresh and new to me? The odds of me slightly losing the ability to do the forward roll may be high. In my head I'm thinking they are high, but that would not in any way be a problem. Reason being, I know how to work up towards doing the forward rolls if I ever think if I seem hesitant and don't do it the first couple of times on the floor, I not only know how to set up, I not only know to start on the bed to begin with, but I know how to set up so that it's comfortable, and how my quilts and pillows that we have can mimic the mats. I know the right setup for the pillows and the quilt to do that. So even if I do very slightly lose my ability to do the forward roll after a few days of learning how to do the crow pose, that's not going to be a problem, because even on my YouTube home screen, I've told myself, even though I may not look at it, it's there right in front of me every time I'm on the phone, to expect my transformation to be like a YouTube analytics graph. And when it comes to, in the context of this, learning new moves at the same, at around the same time, you can expect your ability in one, whilst you're focusing on that one thing, to go up and down, up and down, up and down. And then as you do that, focus on that one thing, your ability to do the other thing will go slightly down as well. Unless you've practiced it for a long time beforehand. But as you practice, in my case, the forward roll and the crow pose, they're gonna overall go up together anyway. Over the long term, they will. Wow, I'm becoming an amazing person. That's just the thought that's come up in my head. I think my family will say that, my friends will say that, and my lovers will say that. Yeah. Would I say I have fans? Nah, I wouldn't say I have fans. Would I say I have fans? Nah. Reason being, we're all on this journey together, especially people who have come from the self-improvement world, who are coming into the self-improvement world. Yeah, we're all on this journey together. Both people who are on self-improvement and people who are on self-improvement like me. And other people out there, which is coming to light every single day. Every day, bit by bit, piece by piece. Ever since day 94, the community is watching the videos longer than ever, and it seems like from my YouTube analytics, the YouTube analytics for this channel, I mean, over the past 7 days, even though we've gone past that major spike that I got from the day 85 notice 6 video, that's far gone. Even though that's gone, like, the channel is still growing. The channel was growing from that, getting new viewers from that, of course, and it's a starting place. Even though they may watch it and then they're not going to go back and watch this channel for quite a while. People are becoming more aware of it, that's for sure. Regardless of how which sort of video they play, yeah, this community is becoming well known day by day, bit by bit, and piece by piece, and it's been on its way to being more known, and people actually watching the videos for longer, more than ever, starting from day 94. There are those odd videos that do get like 5 seconds audience retention, but for the most part it's anywhere from less than 10 minutes, potentially like 8 to 20 minutes on average. People could be watching this, and for someone to watch a video for 20 minutes straight, that's just for nowadays. People can have very low attention spans. I know I did when I was watching all of those YouTube videos back then. I still watch YouTube. I mean, I am right now learning how to do this crow pose, but I mean, back then, the way how I was, even recently, when I was at my sister's place, helping her out, I mean, because I didn't want to hear her murder documentaries playing, or the murder documentary series or whatever she was playing, I was just skipping through dating videos. Like, I was watching Courtney Ryan videos just to pass the time, so I didn't hear what she was playing, she being my sister. Oh,
Keep your rest.
so she's saying you can do this on the floor.
With the wrist the opposite direction if you need to, if you're still building strength in that upward current.
Oh, that's what she was doing.
Let's try again. Breathing. The opposite direction if you need to.
Alright, we need to actually put in some effort. It reminds me of year 9 history when I was just chatting to one girl in particular. I wasn't actually really focused on the oh. In my head I was just on impulse, I was thinking, oh, good times. But mate, those times in which I was talking to a whole load of girls, that's coming. Don't worry. That's coming. Not will come, it's coming. It's coming, it's okay. It's okay. Just wait, carry on waiting. Reason being, wait, I'm telling myself right now to wait, and instead of allowing myself for those sexual thoughts of just having sex run riot and take advantage of me, which I had allowed to happen, which I don't do. Instead of thinking those thoughts, I could think about like all of the consequences, and I don't want to speak to girls in a dishonest way. I don't want to do that. I just don't. Why? How would I like it if a girl was speaking to me and she was acting like she wants to be my friend, but in reality, the only thing that she really has on her mind is that she wants to sleep with me and that her pussy's wet when she talks to me? It's not nice. I don't want that sort of relationship, because it's a dishonest relationship. Who wants a dishonest relationship where this person is just wanting to do stuff to you instead of actually be genuine? Because that could mean that she may want to do anything to have sex with you if she's desperate enough, and you don't know what that could mean. That bitch could be crazy. Just like how if you flip that over, if you go into a conversation with a girl thinking sexual thoughts, like, oh yeah, she's sexy, she got a fat ass or something like that, I wouldn't want the equivalent done onto me. I wouldn't want to be speaking to someone in a friendly way with only the motives of wanting to get to know the person better, and then this person's looking at me in a similar way. For example, look at his ass, and the person's looking at me, potentially staring at me whilst I'm not looking, staring at my ass whilst I'm not looking, or looking at my dick, looking at my groin area, thinking of whatever she's thinking of, how I could whack her pum up. That's not nice. That's not nice. I wouldn't want that dishonest relationship. So whenever I go and speak to girls, and when I speak to women from now on, I'm not gonna go in with those motives. Regardless of who it is, I'm not going to do that. I'm not gonna do that again. Unless it's gotten to that point where it's actually leading up to having sex, then maybe I might then. But if it's not leading up to it, and we're not in, like, for example, we're in her place, or she's in mine, or we're in a hotel or something, if that's not the case and she's not on me, like she's not trying to make moves on me or anything like that, if she is trying to make moves on me, like touching me up, sitting on my lap, trying to touch my dick, or trying to touch my groin area and try and pull my trousers down, and I'm not gonna think, there's not gonna be any reason to think sexual thoughts. Unless we're flirting, and unless she's flirting with me and I'm flirting back, then combine that with the fact that she's trying to basically just pull down my trousers, then yeah, okay, then I might just think about slipping my dick in. But other than that, like, no, I'm not going to just go and do that, because if I were to, that's really dishonest, because I'd one, have ulterior motives of wanting to sleep with the girl instead of actually wanting to get to know her for who she is. That's number one. Number two, I'm actually undermining who she is as a person, and that could be very, very serious and unwanted. That could have very unwanted impacts, especially if I actually were to have sex with these girls whilst undermining who they are as people. That could mean that we could have a child if shit doesn't go to plan, and then someone who I don't want to be the mother of my child is, because I was way too busy undermining who she is as a person, rather than no, I was way too busy thinking of slipping my dick in than actually wanted to get to know the person for who they truly are and building a blossoming friendship. Sorry, I apologise. This is supposed to be a crow pose video, but most of it's been talking. And because I've been putting so much pressure on my wrists, I'm now having to do what she was advising. I was putting it, my palm, like this region of my palm was on the mat, whilst everywhere else was on the floor, excluding my thumb, which was just in the air. And I was putting a lot of pressure on my left hand as well, completely on the mat, but predominantly the pressure was here. So I'm now actually having to do this thing with my wrists to build that upward current. Oh, she's really helpful, but it's, yeah, sometimes, like, I was saying earlier, I thought, for example, it's just the odd sentence here and there where it just sounds like she's chatting shit, but for 99% of the time, completely solid. But to be fair, you do have to stretch your wrists out. Who wants wrist pain? Who wants that sort of pain? Who wants an injury sort of pain? Unless it's muscle tears that allow the muscle to grow, instead of muscle tears, which is an actual serious injury. No one wants that.
Checking out the wrist the opposite direction. You need to, if you're still building strength in that upward current.
Her feet are straight. Her knees are out.
Let's try again. Breathing. Finding that integrity. We draw the navel up, walking, crawling the knees up towards the out of the chest, keeping that nice, hollow upper back. Navel draws up as I look forward, and this time maybe we lift both toes up.
Yeah. It obviously works. I'm gonna have to undo that old way I've learned. It obviously works. What she's doing obviously works. I could see it. I could see her with both of her feet in the air.
And then exhale, release.
Hold on.
Draws up as I look forward, and this time maybe we lift both toes up.
I can very clearly see what she's doing is working. So I'm gonna have to undo my old ways and actually learn this, because it obviously works. For her, anyway. I may have to go right back to the start and just progress through the video, like how I was earlier on in the video, before I started talking about wanted to only get to know girls to actually just to get to know them better, like how I would with a male friend. But when it comes to wanting to get to know male friends better, that's just automatic. I don't have to consciously think, or I don't make myself consciously think of those motives. That's just known. But over time, for me, that is going to just be known with females as well. Whilst I treat them not the same, because they're not the same. Men and women aren't the same. I'm never going to treat women in the same way or equally in that regard, ever, because we're not the same people. We don't go through the same sort of things. We aren't even the same to a chemical level. We don't have as much estrogen as they do, and the inverse, in the sense that they don't have as much testosterone as we do on average, and hence how they respond to certain things is affected by that chemical balance that they have compared to what we have. Therefore, as men and as women, on average, we think differently. On average, women may show more emotion than men do, and hence I treat women differently compared to a man. I'm never going to treat women equally to men in that regard, Never. I never will treat them exactly the same. But could I give the same level of mutual respect? Yes, but I'm not going to take anyone try to slap me. Oh, you're so funny. No, I will check that shit real quick, and I won't tolerate disrespect. Guys don't do that shit. As far as I'm concerned, girls talk about ick, but that is the fucking ick. That is the ick. That is an ick. It's the ick for me. It's the slapping on the shoulders for me. Oh. I'm just playing about, ladies. Oh. Alright, I've actually got to go through this video now.
Hello everyone, and welcome to
Oh my god, lie.
I am Adrian, and it's Halloween, y'all. Happy Halloween. Today we're going to learn Bakasana, which is the first arm balance.
I can't wait to do this. I've been wanting to do this for months. Well, I've been wanting to unlock this skill for months.
Great for the arms, but really it is a core strengthener, and I think it's just a great opportunity to throw yourself off balance and have a little fun. So hop on the mat and let's learn Bakasana.
These are how YouTube videos are meant to be used, man. That's how they're meant to be used. As a tool, not just something that goes in one ear, out the other, and then you're on to the next. This is how they're meant to be used, as a tool.
Today we're actually going to start flat on our backs. So this will only take a second. Listen up, this will only take a second. Tommy Boy reference. All you Tommy Boy fans? Okay, hug your knees into your chest. Feel the lower back become flush with the neck, and you can take this opportunity to massage the back a little bit, crawl the shoulder blades in together and down. You're going to bring the two arches of the feet together.
You hear that? Crawl the shoulder blades in together and down. In together and down. I wasn't doing that. My shoulder blades were up like this, but she said keep your shoulder blades to the floor, basically. That's how I'm interpreting it.
Opportunity to massage the back a little bit, crawl the shoulder blades in together and down. We're going to bring the two arches of the feet together and widen the knees.
She's doing that so you could do that.
Myself, we kind of know what
Her head's on the floor.
it's supposed to look like. So I'm going to flip it here and use the support of the earth. So I'm going to lift my tailbone up towards the sky, and as I do that, my navel, my lower belly becomes instantly engaged.
Yep.
So for lack of better words, my core, my center is engaging. So scoop the tailbone, draw the navel down. Aha. Find that sensation, or begin to find that sensation. Know that, this is a practice, this is a journey, so you can kind of approach it with that state of mind, that frame of mind, and it kind of takes the edge off, like the pressure. Okay, so navel's drawing down, tailbone scooping up, knees are wide. I'm going to press my palms towards the ceiling as if I were pressing into the earth. I'm going to keep maintain space between my ears and shoulders. And then
What does that mean? What does that mean? I'm going to maintain space between my ears and shoulders. It just sounds like she's chatting shit. What does that mean? What does that
Maintain space between my ears and shoulders.
What are you talking about? Are you saying, like, instead of having them, is she saying to have the shoulders rather, instead of just basically don't crunch your shoulders up so that you have more space between your shoulders and your ears? I mean, the shoulders aren't gonna be on the ears. Is that even possible? Unless you twist your head, is that even possible? No, I genuinely don't think it is. That's not how the body works. Unless you twist your head, I don't think you could do that. For me, that's how I was understanding it. Maintain space between your ears and shoulders, as in just basically, I think what she's just trying to say is that's just her in another way saying keep your shoulder blades to the floor, basically. If it's not, I eventually am going to find out, because I'm on the way to doing the crow pose, so I eventually am going to find out. Maybe I'm just overthinking it, because you can't have your shoulders can't be on your ears unless you twist your head. So I think what she's just meaning is just to put the shoulder blades down. I'm trying to follow this crow pose video is I'm trying to strictly follow this crow pose video instead of allowing myself to get sidetracked. By talking about different things. It may look like I got sidetracked by just doing that thing, but it's all right. I know I'm in my own focus mode.
The ceiling, as if I were pressing into the earth. I'm going
My
to
head's on the floor.
maintain space between my ears and shoulders. And then I'm going to draw it in and all together. And what I mean by that is I'm going to draw my knees up closer towards my elbows and the base of my hands closer towards my toes. Now, wherever they meet, which will be different for everyone here, I'm going to squeeze. So wherever they meet, whether it's all the way up here or right at the elbows, I'm just going to practice
right at the elbows for me.
Give and take between the arms and the legs.
Push, tighten it even more as I'm pushing my legs in towards my arms.
A little bit of friction here.
More my knees into my elbows. You can tell by how I'm talking.
Last part here, I'm going to point the toes. Breathe. Neck is nice and long. And then I'll gently release. Take the wrist one way, then the other, and then cross the ankles. Grab the outer edges of the feet. Do a little full body smile here. Rock a little side to side. And then we're going to rock it up. Flip our burgers and practice crow.
Flip our burgers.
Okay, so if you
Do them stood up this time.
grab it now. And if you don't have a yoga block, you might consider using a book, which we say all the time, so I'm actually going to use the book today to prove to you that it is just as great. So this is a nice
That's a massive book, by the way.
but it's not necessary. If you don't have a book or a block, then we can still build the pose right now. I'm going to use it as a little bit of a perch here, so I'm going to bring my toes onto the block or the...
This has just made me think. My sister said you can never truthfully be independent. For me, I'm getting knowledge from somewhere else. No, she didn't say it using that words, but she said that you can't do everything by yourself. Even learning new ideas, you can't necessarily do that completely by yourself, because if you do, because for example, if I'm working through something and I'm learning from someone on YouTube, that's another person's set of ideas that they have got from experience and or listening to other people speak on YouTube or through another social media platform, potentially more than one social media platform, and or in person when speaking to friends and or family or their lovers yeah. And it clearly is true, because I'm learning from Adrian, so yeah, it just makes me think, can I do everything by myself? No. Have I ever thought this in the past? Maybe. It made me think of whoa, my core. Whoa. And maybe this has just made me think of when I was a child and I said I don't have emotions to my dad when I was very, very young, maybe like 11 or so. That just came to memory now. It could be, that could have been a sign that was when my major apathy was on its way. No, when I was showing apathy and resentment, maybe that was a sign that was coming. Yo, I've never thought that before. That's crazy. But yeah, that might be true. I don't actually know what happened and what was said, what my dad said for me to say that. I don't remember, but I do remember saying that. And I remember being in the old house, right by the front room door that would lead you to the corridor near the front door exit, which at the time was right in front of the a few steps away from the front room. Old times. But yeah, my core, whoa.
Shape I did on my back. Bring the inner arches of the feet together. Widen the knees, breathe. And then I'm going to plant my palms
Bring, oh. You got, I absolutely must trust in this. Bring the arches of the feet together. Yeah, so she twists her feet, she has her feet planted like this then.
Repeat the shape I did on my back. Bring the inner arches of the feet together. Widen the knees, breathe. And then I'm gonna plant my
Or actually, maybe more like this. I'm understanding arch to be this area. Or maybe that's the ball of the feet, but that's how I'm understanding it, because that's genuinely how it looks like her foot is placed. But is that true? No, it's not. It obviously isn't. Reason being, because this, on impulse, I was understanding arch of the feet. Yes, that, but no, that's the ball of, no. Yeah, this is the ball of the foot. This is the heel of the foot. And this, very obviously, is the arch of the foot. Oh, hold on. Yeah, this very obviously is the arch of the foot. This right here is the ball. No, yeah, this is the ball. This is the arch, where it goes like that. And then that's the heel, obviously. So when she says bring the arch of your feet together, just place your feet right next to each other, basically. It's as simple as that. And that explains why her feet are straight rather than like this, which I can very clearly see
really spreading the fingertips.
in the video.
That integrity here as I draw the shoulders away from the ears and draw
Yeah.
the navel towards the spine. Okay, so there's going to be a couple different stages to this posture, and we're going to approach them all with just a fun-loving attitude and no.
Now that I've placed the arches of my feet together, where my knee lands is now much higher up, right by the top of the triceps and right below my shoulders compared to here, like how it would be doing it my way. Yeah, absolutely is. Okay.
No toxic thoughts, okay? Again, remember we don't.
Do I want to do it from the side? Yeah, why not? I don't even have to twist the box. All I have to do is just show it from the side view. Arches of the feet together. Now that I put the arches of my feet together, now look where it ends up compared to them being right on the lower side of the triceps. It's much more like this. Basically by my armpits, really. The way how this is strengthening my core is insane. I need to get a drink of water. Hold on. I'm gonna be a couple minutes. Hoi.
Come to the mat to do yoga, but to practice, to have an experience. So I'm going to draw my navel up towards.
This seems slightly weak in the center compared to in the on the outside. Maybe what I need to do is I need to stuff more things in there so that it has some protection. For example, if we're talking about this book, it's solid all the way throughout because it's completely filled throughout, whereas this is hollow. It's essentially hollow and it doesn't have much weight in the center, whereas this has an equal weight throughout because of all of the pages. So this is a hardcover book, just like how what she's got. But a hardcover book of this size, let me tell you how many pages this is. It's around 600 pages. had a novel, around this size that I could have used, but I only saw it as clutter, so I donated it to a charity so that somebody else who wasn't using it could go and use it. Oh, hold on. There's some old books which may still be in a bag. I'm gonna see if I can get them, see if they're still there. Hold up a sec, because even though it is rather sturdy, the center isn't completely, it feels a bit weak in the center, whereas a hardcover book wouldn't be like that. So I'm gonna go see if I can find one. I just made the last clip, of which I just ended the video, but at this point of time in me recording this, but I'm gonna put this before the very last clip, just as a side note, that I can take thumbnail screenshots using the camera roll footage. I know how to do that. Just go to a specific part on the iPhone camera roll, which I want to take the thumbnail, pause it, and then let all the other parts go away. You'll have the ribbons at the top and the bottom. Just press, let that go, and then you'll have the small line. You just wait for that to go, and then from there you can do your screenshot, take it over to Canva, and do what you want to do with the text to be able to create the thumbnail. Or even if you don't want text, it's up to you. Whatever effects or anything like that, it's up to you. But yeah, that's just a small editing note that video editing note that I've just thought about, because that's what I've done for today's video, and I can do that from now on. So if there's anyone out there filming with the iPhone like how I am, you could do the same too, or you could do you can use any other video editing apps that you want to use. It's up to you. But yeah, I just wanted to let that be known that I've done that today and plan to do that for other videos in the future. Anyway, back to the main video. I was thinking of using these old 2 books that my dad gave me that I found. These books, but I don't think this is really gonna work, because this has, I think it's gonna slide a lot, because I can, even with hand forces, slide like this. So I don't think this is really gonna work. I think I'm gonna have to use that cap box that I originally had for this task. And when I tried doing this, practicing the crow pose off camera, and it was like the Hannibal book was slipping. I just think there's not enough no. I don't think these books are large enough. My sister's one would be, but I don't want to put my feet on her book. Can I? Yes, I can. But do I want to? I see that as disrespect. Hold up. Oh, I was thinking of using my storage unit boxes, maybe. Or maybe like something similar to cardboard boxes my sister has under the bed. It's just some, again in her words, food for thought.
A couple different stages to this posture, and we're going to approach them all with just a fun-loving attitude and no toxic thoughts, okay? Again, remember, we don't come to the mat to do yoga, but to practice, to have an experience. So I'm going to draw my navel up towards my spine, and I'm going to walk a little bit thoughts, okay? Again, remember, we don't stop ears.
If there's anything I've learned, it'd be that you have your arse up, just like how you do a forward roll when you do this crow pose, instead of it being down like how I would there. No, you have your arse up, and then you do the crow pose. I'm actually going to do a forward roll on the bed real quick. I landed much further away to the headboard than expected, which was pretty nice actually. Come on. Oh, that music, man, that has to go. Can't be listening to that music in any way at all, because that means that no, because those instrumentals are combined with homicidal lyrics most of the time, so I can't do that to myself anymore. I have to instead think of why I don't want to do that, which I've just explained, and then give myself replacements for the other sorts of music that I can listen to and other activities I can do.
And draw the navel up towards my palms, really spreading the fingertips. But plant my palms, really spreading the fingertips, finding that integrity here as I draw the shoulders away from the ears.
How do you do that? What do you mean?
Finding that integrity here as I draw the shoulders away from the ears.
Oh, so instead of like this, draw the shoulders away from the ears, move the shoulders away from the ears. To basically extend the elbows. That's how you do it. So, well, actually no, just move your head. Move your head, have your head higher up. Move your head up. Move your head up, fully extend your head. Or your neck. How would I? Yeah, that's it. It's the neck. It's to do with the neck. Fully extend your neck, and you'll just automatically. For me, I feel my traps, especially my right side, when doing this. So yeah, draw the. No, hold on. What was it?
Fingertips, finding that integrity here as I draw the shoulders away from the ears.
Yeah, drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Basically, extend your neck. Move your neck up, and you'll probably you may feel your traps working as you do this. If I'd be speaking very generally here, I'd be understand what these other people are saying that you're learning from in your own words. That's what's going to help you. That's what's going to further help you be able to do these sorts of moves. And now watch, in maybe like a week's time or so, I would have made major progress in doing this crow pose. This is only the start, and I understand from personal experience of doing the forward roll, it may look silly at first, but the way how it will transform if you keep going. The fact that you are allowing yourself to look silly as you do this is more than okay. And well done to you for doing that. That was the point I was going to make. Well done to you for doing that and pushing through that mental barrier of thinking how of not allowing your thoughts of thinking how silly you can look to stop to prevent yourself from actually progressing onto something amazing. Well done to you for doing that. I thought the computer was plugged in this whole time, but no, it was slightly plugged out. In the charging port, but it wasn't completely in. Only about halfway, not that that matters. Hoi. We gotta get back into this crow pose, seriously. I have no idea how long this episode is. This episode genuinely could be like 2 hours or so. Because I've been speaking for so long. That of course is on me, but you have to. You absolutely must let your thoughts out. You must do. If you really want to focus on just one thing, then that's up to you. That's fine. But when it comes to these sorts of thoughts, I do let them out because they're allowing me to think in a much more healthy way. Think differently about those same sorts of thoughts, as you've heard me do, as I know I've done in this video as well. Crow pose. What's the idea, man? What's the idea, Mr. APlankingJourney? Well, the idea would be to make major progress within the space of 5 days, just like how I have with the forward roll. want to start off slow, but obviously as time goes on, there's no way I won't progress, because my brain will further understand what to do by making those neural pathways from experience. It will be building all of these new neural pathways of what it's like to be able to do this move as you carry on learning. And you're allowing yourself to do that by pushing through. How silly you look, like how I did in the forward roll. I don't think I've ever looked silly whilst doing this crow pose though, ever, no. I think that genuinely could be because I've attempted to learn how to do the crow pose in the past when I used to do it like this instead of like this. In the past, I've seen videos show it with this technique, but I thought, no, I'm not going to do that because I'm so close to being able to do it my way. I didn't think of it using those exact words, but that was basically it. I might have to end the video soon before it gets too long and I make like a 2.5 hour movie or something. But I was going to say I've barely started, but I've made a start on this crow pose. I've made a start, so that's what matters really. Alright, okay.
Integrity here as I draw the shoulders away from the ear.
And I know what that means now, thank fuck. I know what that means. I don't think that's just bullshit. I actually understand that in my own words. I think you know what I mean by when I say it in my own words. I'm not saying I made up the fucking English language, but I'm understanding it in a way that makes sense to me. There you go.
And then I'm gonna plant my palms.
The center of my knees. I've been feeling that same feeling in the center of my knees that I did during the forward roll once. That's something to just make note of.
Really spreading the fingertips, finding that integrity here as I draw the shoulders away from the ears and draw the navel up towards the spine.
How do you do that?
Okay,
Sorry, what do you...
ears and draw the navel up towards the integrity here as I draw the shoulders away from the ears and draw the navel up. That integrity here as I draw the shoulders away from the ears and
draw the navel up towards the spine. So it's like that. It's like a... I think I might just have to watch. It looks like she bends her upper back a bit when she says, draw the navel up towards the spine. Do I know what that means completely? No.
Finding that integrity here.
But I'm learning.
The shoulders away from the ears.
Engage your shoulder blades, basically.
And draw the navel. Finding that integrity here as I draw the shoulders away from the ears.
Yeah, it looks like her upper back, she engages her upper back slightly. Okay. When I just said okay, it made me think of one of Kevin Hart's comedy sketches. Okay. In my head, I just impulsively thought, fuck me, I'm mentally drained. No, I want to accept that. No, I don't. I want to make more progress on the crow pose, and I'll finally end this video. I'm not going to accept that thought, because then that would mean I don't actually carry on. Yeah, I think that's what that means. Draw the navel up towards the spine. Arch your back up, your upper back up a little bit. Little B. Arches of the feet together. Basically plant your feet right next to each other. Have them straight, have them look straight on. and then be on the ball of your feet, the balls of your feet,
There's going to be a couple different stages to this
not the
posture,
testicles.
and we're going to approach them all. So there's going to be a couple different stages to this posture, and we're going to approach them all with just a fun-loving attitude and no toxic thoughts, okay? Again, remember, we don't come to the mat to do yoga.
If you do have any toxic thoughts about it, whatever toxic means to you, work through them. That's what I'd say. Instead of just trying to avoid them. If you have them, it's okay, but just staying that way isn't. Work through them. Understand where that could have come from, and be curious. There's no need to show judgment towards those thoughts, because trying to shame them is not going to work. That probably is just not going to work. She.
Towards my spine, and I'm going to walk a little bit forward on my perch, and I'm going to draw my navel up towards my spine, and I'm going to walk.
I think I need to understand what navel. Oh, I think I need to understand what navel means. It is like shit could go south real quick. I'm literally going to type up how to draw the navel towards the spine, navel up towards the spine. I don't. Navel, belly button. Yeah. Look at this sneaky browser. I've made my try to make me go through Yahoo. I don't know if you guys have experienced that when you're on old laptops. It somehow ends up to going onto Yahoo or something. No, you cheeky bastard. Oh fuck it, I'll sort it out later. Basically, try and push your belly button to your spine. Basically, try and make your belly button touch your spine, and then you'll get that upper back curve that she's talking about. Navel, belly button, navel, belly button. For me, before actually typing it up in Google, I just thought of it as a word. It was just a word that was going through in one ear, out the other, in and out. When I was saying it, when she was saying it over and over and over again, until I've just typed navel, and it's like, okay, I've seen the belly button. Now I actually have a better understanding of what to do. Yeah, so her piece of advice here is then to try and push your belly button. Try and make your belly button touch your spine as much as you can, which would mean even though you obviously can't do this, that's not how the body works, but because you try and pretend that this is possible and you can do that, then you get that upper back curve that she does in order for her to perform the move. So now I have to combine that shoulders. I feel my shoulders being engaged and my head up, shoulders engaged, and then and then try and make your belly button touch your spine at the same time, and then you get that position that she's teaching people how to do at this point by the 4 minute 13 second mark. So like this. Yeah, move your ass up basically. Right below my shoulders.
exhale, here we go again, planting the palms. So shoulder width apart here. Lots of space between each finger. The integrity here in the palms is so important because I'm not collapsing into my bones, but like we've been doing in a lot of the foundations of yoga that are on the ground anyway, we're finding that upward current of energy, that hasta bandha, as we call it. Here we go again, drawing the navel up towards the spine, keeping the neck nice
Basically,
and long.
push your ass up.
Maybe I find that my knees can come a little bit higher up on the arms, maybe up towards the armpit chest area. The neck is nice and long, guys. I can't stress how important it is to keep your gaze forward, because otherwise you might do a little somersault forward. And if that happens, don't worry, shake it off. Now this time we breathe, and we might lift one toe up. And then exhale, release. And then the other toe, just experiment. Exhale, release. Take a rest. And then
Now, when I lifted my feet up just then, it was like my other knee, I'd lose that feeling of pressure against my arm and my upper knee, which is something to take note of for tomorrow. I think I'm gonna leave it here. This footage is long enough as it is anyway, so yeah, I'll learn about the crow pose more tomorrow. So that's it, that's the end of the video. I hope you learned something new and enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Learn new shit, man. Learn new shit, do new things, and you will transform as a person, trust me. Take care of yourselves, don't suppress yourselves, allow yourselves to speak what's on your mind, any fears that you made in your head that you want to work through, and aims that you have on your mind that you want to achieve. Work through them. Find out what works, find out what doesn't work through experience. You could talk to friends if you want to as well, to further help you out with this. Friends who you can trust. And all of that. How you trust your friends is a different question. How you can really trust your friends, that's a different question. But yeah, man, that's all the advice I have to give, and that's where I'm gonna end this episode here. I've made a start on the crow pose, so that's amazing. And then, just like with the forward roll, as the days progress, I'm gonna be able to do this a lot more. You can tell that it's a challenge for me at this point in time, but it's becoming less of a challenge by the fact that I'm actually making the attempt to go through this and do this. So yeah, that's it. That's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves, don't suppress yourselves, learn new shit to transform as a person, and talk through whatever you want to talk about freely. As much as you talk through what you want to talk about freely. If it's on the internet, I'd recommend keeping an anonymity, but if you don't want to, I mean, that's up to you, and that's at your cost. That's at your expense. But if you want to, it's up to you. I'm not going to, I would not condone unveiling anonymity, but if you do, I'm not taking any blame for that. I'm not to blame for that. That's on you. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.